Really, it was the ridiculousness of that sign that brought memories of what Linda and I talked about on her deathbed flooding back to me. I was to marry again, quit my job, travel the world, and shout yes at every invitation to adventure. Of course, I had done none of those things, and here on the side of the road where I make my deliveries was a sign that made me chuckle and shake my head. I couldn't help but make a pit stop to discover who might be crazy enough to invite strangers in for coffee. You just don't know what the world is going to throw your way. I never would have guessed I would find myself sitting at the kitchen table of a stranger, sipping on a cup of coffee and sharing stories of our deceased loved ones. We were unlikely friends, and I found myself making that trip down her long laneway about once or twice a month. I was always looking forward to our coffee dates and the comfort of her company. I was hesitant at first, not wanting to burden her with my history. But as she spoke about her husband, who had passed away just a few months prior, I found myself opening up and sharing my own stories of loss and grief. Here I am a year after losing my wife to cancer, and I found a kinship with this old lady who lives at the end of a long laneway. But today, when I pulled up to her house, I was met with a different face at the door. It was her daughter who had come to visit and found her mother passed away in her sleep. Being told how much my visits meant to her mother as she weakened was of little solace. How had I not been able to tell that her health was waning? I was consumed with sadness as I leaned up against my truck. Tears streaming down my face as I thought about the loss of my friend. She must have been watching me from the kitchen because as I sat surrounded by the memories of two wonderful people who left the world too soon, she returned to the door.
William? You want to come in for some coffee?
I'm reminded that even in our darkest moments, there's always the potential for connection and comfort in the company of others who have experienced similar loss and grief. When you are hurting, share your stories, listen to others, and never turn down a free cup of coffee.